So you just bought the pre-constructed Dash Blitz deck and you want to upgrade it without breaking the bank. This video will be going over some quick upgrades that you can make to this out-of-the-box deck for about $25. We'll be adding in some affordable equipment and key cards so that you can have a more powerful list for a reasonable price. If you're new to Flesh and Blood, I highly advise you try more budget lists out before you decide to invest in more expensive cards like the legendary equipment. I'm going to be using Card Trader as my price guide for this video with one caveat. One card that this deck centers around is in low supply on Card Trader at the moment and it's listed for about $20. However, as you can see by TCG Player, it's really only worth about $5, so that's the price I'll be using. But I do highly recommend you shop around at some local stores to see if they carry singles before you buy online. But with that, let's get into the list. Starting with the equipment, this deck already has 2 Arcane Barrier in the Null Rune Hood and Achilles Accelerator, so we're just gonna add a Null Rune Robe for the Wizard matchups. And the only other change to make is adding in an Ironwrought Helm for the non-Arcane matchups, as it gives us an extra point of defense. And so moving on to the main deck, we'll start by removing 1 yellow payload and the Convection Amplifier, adding in 2 Teklo Pounders. As stated earlier, this card is not currently worth $20, being more about $5, but you will want to pick these up as Teklo Pounder gives your first boost card in a turn +2, which is massive in a format like Blitz where heroes have such low life totals. And since our goal with this deck is to run the opponents down, this is usually the item you'll want to start the game with. Next, we're going to take out the 2 yellow Overloop and swap them with Spark of Geniuses. This card lets us pay double X into it and search out an item right into the arena, also drawing us a card if we boosted that turn. You can use this to either grab a second Teklo Pounder or even just pay 2 to grab the 1 Hyperdriver. And that extra draw effect does come in handy as it can ensure you have a card to arsenal for a huge next turn. Then we're going to take out the 2 blue zoom-ins, adding in 2 maximum velocities. This beast of a 2-cost card swings for a whopping 10, which is half the life total in Blitz, but it does have the requirement that you boost 3 times in a turn before playing it. This is one of those cards you'll want to arsenal and keep a full hand in order to use, but if you can set it up, it will decimate anyone on the receiving end. And finally, to mess with your opponent's equipment, we're going to trade both the red and yellow throttles for red and blue T-Bones. T-Bone is another 0-cost boost card, which we definitely want more of, and it forces your opponent to block with an equipment piece. This is a fantastic way to disrupt any opponent wanting to save their equipment for later. And that's it. That's the deck. Dash is a super cool hero, letting you play around with both items and a lot of free go-again attacks. Again, while you should not overpay for Teklo Pounder, you do need those cards because they are what makes the deck truly go over the top. Hopefully this video serves as an excellent entry point into the game, and if you found this video helpful, consider leaving a like and possibly subscribing if you want to see more Flesh and Blood content. But with that, I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you're enjoying Flesh and Blood. If you liked this video and want to help support me, consider either becoming a channel member or checking out my Patreon. There are different levels of bonuses like early access to videos, signed cards, and even custom hero cards. And to those who are already supporting me, you have my deepest and most honest appreciation. It's because of all of you that I can continue to put in the work to bring the best content I possibly can to the chadliest community in the TCG space. Thank you, my friends.